Welcome to English time. Hope you all are doing good. How's your studies? Prepare well and we will surely achieve success. Today, as usual, first of all, we are going to deal with a poem. Now, let's read the poem. Whose woods these are, I think, I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmer's near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and towny flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Now, look at the first question. Where does the owner of the woods live? Option A, forest. Option B, village. Option C, farmhouse. Option D, woods. Now, let's revisit the poem again. Look at the first stanza, first line. Whose woods these are, I think, I know. His house is in the village, though. Here, the poet says that he knows the owner of the woods. He lives in the village. His house is in the village. Whose woods these are? His house is in the village. So, the answer of the first question is option B, village. Now, let's look at the second question. The word queer means option A, sad. Option B, strange. Option C, doubt. Option D, dark. Now, look at the first line of the second stanza. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmer's near. Here, the poet says that his horse might found it strange that the poet stopped in between the woods without a farmer's near. So, here the word queer means strange. So, the answer of the second question is option B, strange. Third question. Which lines shows that it is winter season? Option A, line 4 and 8. Option B, line 7 and 8. Option C, line 4 and 7. Option D, line 1 and 8. Winter is the season we have colder weather. Sometimes snowfalls also happens. In this poem, here are some words which denotes winter season. Let's look at it. Look at the fourth line of the poem. To watch his woods fill up with snow. Snow is a word which denotes winter season. And look at the seventh line. Between the woods and frozen lake. Frozen or freeze is a word related to cold or winter. So, these are the words related to the winter season which denotes the season. So, the answer of the third question is option C, line 4 and 7. Fourth question is, what is the other sound poet hear? Option A, sweep of wind. Option B, harness bells. Option C, frozen lake. Option D, none of these. Here, the poet says that the only other sound the poet hear is the sweep of easy wind. So, the answer is option A, the sweep of the easy wind. Now, the next session of questions begins. Answer the following questions. There are 5 questions. Look at the first question. If dogs bark, sparrows dash. Option A, scream. Option B, talk. Option C, twitter. Option D, roar. This question is related to the area of animal sounds. The sounds of animals are different from one to another, and there are some words which denotes the sounds of every animal. Let's look at the different animal sounds. Camel grunts, cricket chirps, duck quacks, elephant trumpets, eagle screams, birds twitters or chirps, calf bleats, horse nymph, tortoise grunts, wolf howls, ass brays, cat mew. These are some animal sounds. Now look at the question. First question. If dogs bark, sparrows dash. Option A, scream. Option B, talk. Option C, twitter. Option D, roar. Here we already familiar with the sound of birds. Sparrow is a bird, so sparrows twitter. Answer of the first question is option C, twitter. Second question. He gave her a dash of flowers. Option A, pack. Option B, bouquet. Option C, herd. Option D, group. Here we are going to familiar with a new term, that is collective nouns. It is nouns that describe a group. Collective nouns are names for a collection or a number of people, animals or things. For example, class, family, herd, couple, etc. These can also be called group nouns. Here, now we are going to familiar with some collective nouns which we use to denote a group of people, a group of things or a group of animals. Now we can check the collective nouns used for people. A band of musicians, a board of directors, a choir of singers, a class of students, a gang of thieves, a panel of experts, a team of players, a troupe of dancers. These are some of the examples of collective nouns used for people, used for a group of people. Okay, there are some collective nouns which is used to denote things. Now the collective nouns used for things. A bouquet of flowers, a bunch of flowers, a fleet of ships, a galaxy of stars, a clutch of eggs, a budget of news, a bunch of keys. These are some collective nouns used to denote a group of things. Now, a very important part and frequently asked question, collective nouns used for animals. A parliament of owls, a colony of bats, a pride of lions, a flock of sheep, a colony of ants, a pack of wolves, a swarm of flies, a gaggle of geese, a flock of birds, a school of fish, a swarm of flies. Here, A group of lines. That means the word used to denote a group of lines is upright. That is the collective noun used to denote a group of lines. A flock of sheep. The collective noun used to denote a group of sheep is a flock. A flock of sheep. A pack of wolves. Now let's answer the second and third questions. These questions are related to collective nouns. Second question. He gave her a dash of flowers. Option A, pack. Option B, bouquet. Option C, herd. Option D, group. Here, a group of flowers, a number of flowers is called bouquet. The collective noun used to denote a number of flowers is called bouquet. So, the answer is option B, bouquet. Third question. I have lost my dash of keys. Option A, flight. Option B, bunch. Option C, pack. Option D, fleet. We all know the collective noun used to denote a number of keys is called bunch. Bunch of keys. So, the answer is option B, bunch. Fourth question is, our school is within a stone's throw from here. Option A, very far off. Option B, at a short distance. Option C, in another area. Option D, none of these. Here, we familiar with the new term, idiom. At a stone's throw is a idiom. Idioms are words or phrases that are not meant to be taken literally. Idioms don't mean exactly what the words say. The meaning is different from the literal meaning of idioms' individual elements. For examples, when I say cold feet, it does not mean my toes are feet. It actually means that I am nervous about something. So, idioms are some words which have some other meaning, and it is not meant to be the literal meaning of the word. So, now we can look at some idioms, some famous, some important idioms that we come across in the textbook. A stone's throw. A stone's throw means at a short distance, at a very short distance. Add fuel to fire. That means something done to make a bad situation even more worse than it is. Third one, maiden speech. Maiden speech means one's first speech. Next is baker's dozen. Baker's dozen means 13. The number 13. At sixes and sevens. In a state of confusion. Cock and bull story. Cock and bull story, that means an unbelievable story. Call a spade a spade. The meaning of the idiom is speak frankly and directly. Barking up a wrong tree. That means a mistake made in something you are trying to achieve. Raining cat and dogs. The idiom raining cat and dogs means heavy rain, a loud and noisy rain. These are some important idioms that frequently asked. Now, the fourth question. Our school is within a stone's throw from here. You have to find out the meaning of the word, meaning of the idiom stone's throw. Options are option A, very far off. Option B, at a short distance. Option C, in another area. Option D, none of these. In this question, the meaning of the idiom a stone's throw is at a short distance. The answer is option B, at a short distance. Look at the fifth question. The idiom baker's dozen means. We have already discussed the question. Option A, 13. Option B, a pair. Option C, 12. Option D, 0. The idiom baker's dozen means 13. The number 13. Dear students, hope you all understood the areas we covered today. We have dealt with 3 important sessions, that is collective nouns, idioms and phrases, and animal sounds. Hope you all understood. Study well. Thank you.